Welcome to the Architecture Corner. Today, we're diving into something that, well, feels like it's everywhere in tech right now. This whole question around certifications. Are they really the shortcut to standing out? I mean, it seems like everyone's either getting one, talking about getting one, or, telling you have to get one.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a hot topic. It can feel a bit overwhelming, almost like a puzzle. So today, we're going to try and unpack the real value here. Look at why they've suddenly become so popular, and ultimately help you figure out if getting one actually makes sense for you. And we're basing a lot of our discussion on a really insightful article by Mario Bittencourt.
Okay, let's get into it then. So certifications, they're not exactly new, right? I mean, they've been around, but the article suggests something interesting about their history, doesn't it?
That's absolutely right. They aren't new at all. Tech certs, they actually predate the internet as we commonly know it, decades back.
Oh.
Historically, they were, well, a standardized way, maybe a bit formal, but standardized, to check someone's knowledge, usually tied to specific vendors, think Cisco, Microsoft, even Novell NetWare, if anyone remembers that.
Oh, wow, Novell. Yeah, that takes me back.
Right. And then you had the broader ones too, like PMP for project management or CISSP for security folks.
Yeah.
Foundational stuff.
Okay, so they have this long history, but fast forward to now, it feels like the number has just exploded. Cloud platforms, new tech everywhere. It's, I don't know, bit of a wild west out there. Why the huge surge now? If they've been around so long, what changed?
Yeah, that's the big question. And
Yeah.
well, it's complicated. Part of it is just the speed. Everything's changing. New fields are popping up like crazy cloud, AI, machine learning, data. Companies need people with those skills, like yesterday.
Right, the demand is huge.
Exactly. And the vendors, especially the big cloud providers, AWS, Azure, Google, they've really pushed their certification programs hard. For them, it's smart, right? Drives people to use their stuff, builds up a workforce that knows their platform.
Ah, so it's partly a vendor ecosystem play. Makes sense, but there's also this perception issue, isn't there? Especially online. You scroll through LinkedIn or YouTube, and it's all get certified in X in 4 weeks, or I got 6 certs in 6 months.
Yes. Or become a cloud engineer in 2 months. Headlines like that.
Exactly. It kind of creates this feeling that the certificate is the magic bullet. Like, that's all you need.
That's precisely where we hit the perception problem, as the article puts it. Look, spending time studying, that's always good. Isaac Asimov had that great quote, right? Education is not something you can finish.
Love that quote.
Me too. But the trend now is people looking at these certs as if they give you everything you need for a job, even if you have basically zero real-world experience doing it.
Yeah, I've seen that. It almost feels like this pressure, this FOMO fear of missing out if you aren't collecting badges constantly, like you're falling behind somehow.
Totally. And this creates this warped view.
Mm.
It suggests that a certification, which should show some level of mastery, can be grabbed super quickly without really applying the knowledge. And that's tricky. For the person getting the cert, they might think, okay, done, learned it. Like it's the end of the road.
Check the box, move on.
Exactly. Instead of seeing it as just one step.
And what about the other side? For companies hiring, does this mean they end up filtering out potentially great people just because they lack a specific cert?
It absolutely can.
Yeah.
Think about it. For recruiters or HR who might not be deep in the tech weeds, certifications look like an easy filter. Quick way to cut down a big pile of resumes. But that credentialism, focusing just on the paper, means you might overlook someone with amazing practical skills, great problem-solving ability, but who just didn't chase that specific cert.
So it can be an artificial barrier, and maybe leads to everyone having the same certs, making it even harder to tell who's really got the goods.
Spot on. Resume saturation, it becomes noise.
Okay, so if we've got this perception problem, how do we bring some balance back? What's the actual solid value of getting certified? And how can people use them smartly without falling for the shortcut idea?
Right, let's ground this. The article lays out a couple of clear value points. First, there are definitely jobs, especially, say, in the public sector or for specific client contracts, where a certain certification isn't just nice to have, it's required. Full stop.
Like a mandatory checkbox.
Pretty much. If the job needs someone working with Databricks, asking for a Databricks cert is just a baseline check, ensures they have some familiarity. So if you're targeting those roles, your path is simple. You got to get the cert just to get considered.
Okay, so for some roles, it's basically the entry ticket. Got it. But what about for everyone else? If it's not strictly required, what's the benefit then?
For others, the value is more a mix. It definitely boosts your knowledge, right? And it gives you a formal way, imperfect maybe, but formal, to show that knowledge. Certs usually have a known curriculum, materials, courses, books. That gives you a clear path, a structure, which is often much easier than just saying, okay, I'm going to learn cloud computing. Where do you even start?
That makes a lot of sense. Having that roadmap, that defined syllabus, can be really helpful, especially for complex topics. But the article also suggested that's kind of where the value stops for some people. What's the catch? Why isn't just passing the exam enough?
The catch. Well, there are two main things: memory, or rather retaining the info, and then dealing with real-world messiness. If all you did was study for the test, cramming facts, learning specific answers, you probably won't remember much of it long term.
The classic cram and dump.
Exactly. Study hard, pass, then a month later, poof, it fades because you didn't really use it. Internalize it through practice.
It's like reading the driver's manual versus actually driving in city traffic during rush hour. The manual teaches rules, not instincts.
Perfect analogy. The scenarios on CERT exams, they're usually simplified. Clean problems, one right answer. Designed to be testable. Real life isn't like that. It's messy, interconnected, ambiguous. A cert might teach you how to set up service X in the cloud.
But not how to figure out why your whole system is slow when Service X talks to three other things and an on-prem database.
Precisely. Or it teaches you database query syntax, but not how to optimize that query when the production system is melting down and everyone's breathing down your neck. You learn the recipes for the exam, but they don't always work in the real kitchen. That's where critical thinking and real experience have to kick in.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the takeaway for someone listening trying to decide whether to pursue a certification or not? Learning more is always good, we agree on that. And getting certified can be a structured way to do it.
Indeed. In principle, yeah, go for it. If you want that established path to learn something new, just following the curriculum will teach you things, even if you skip the actual exam. But,
Yeah.
and it's a big but, time is precious. Money, too. So the decision is more nuanced. You have to ask, what am I going to do with this knowledge? How will I apply it? What return am I realistically expecting?
So it sounds like the key idea, which the article really highlighted, is that certifications are best seen as, what was the phrase? Just another venue to be used alongside your experimentation.
Exactly that. They're a tool in your learning toolkit, not the whole toolkit. They won't replace actual experience building things, breaking things, fixing things, working in a team. And maybe most importantly, they should never, ever stop you from thinking critically or assuming the exam's simple world is the real world. So the big question for you, the listener, to really mull over is, how can you blend that formal learning, maybe from a certification path, with practical, hands-on application and continuous, independent problem solving? How do you weave those together to truly master something?
That's a great question to end on. Really fantastic insights today. Thank you for breaking all that down. We really hope this discussion helps you navigate the sometimes confusing world of tech certifications with a clearer head. For more details and links related to what we talked about, definitely check out the description for this show. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for free to the Architecture Corner newsletter over at architecturecorner.substack.com. We'll be back next time with another deep dive into the fascinating world of ideas.